Hello, happy equinox, everybody. Here we are for our Phat cosmic chat. I'm JD and I'm here with Simi and Claire, and we are here to talk about the astrological weather, how we can be more sovereign and in the driver's seat during these major times of transition on the planet. We've got some really yummy, beautiful things to share with you today. The astrological weather is beautiful. It's also a partial solar eclipse. And in sidereal astrology, it's new moon in Virgo, the sign of the priestess and the alchemist. So, welcome. Welcome to our Phat Cosmic Chat. We each have some delicious little pockets to share with you about how you can be aligned with your center in life and yeah, bring it on. So, Simi, you had a look at the chart, my love.
I did. I'm up in Mullum and I didn't bring my laptop and it over and I couldn't believe how many amazing trines there are. I mean, it's like you said, it's equinox and it's the new moon in Virgo with sidereal. So we're freshly into it. And then in the 12 sign, we're moving into Libra now with the equinox. We like to look at both because they're both relevant as different ways of reading and sensing into the cosmic weather. And we're discussing the sidereal one because that's where we feel most aligned at the moment. The trines are just incredible, like the patterning. Oh, there's like a Star of David. There's like three of them between the sun and the moon, which are in Virgo, and Mercury, which is in Virgo. So that's our solar energy, our hero's journey, and the way we radiate out into the world. And our lunar energy, which is our ability to nurture our soul and our rhythmic nature. And then our way of communicating and how we think and what we express and how we express. So they're all in Virgo and they're being trined by Pluto, which is the transformer and the rebirther and the regenerator. So finding new ways of communicating deeply because it's also about depth and, kind of the taboo, like about the new birthing that it feels like it's come from this depth. So it's like the trining of Pluto and Uranus to these personal planets is just extraordinary. And I'd love to hear about the beautiful asteroid goddesses as well, JD, that I know that you've been looking at too. And just to hear what you beautiful goddesses have to say about this transformation, this rebirth, and also Uranus being the planet of change and really like shaking things up. It's like there's got to be a new way of doing things. There's got to be a new way of feeling, of nurturing, of doing life, of communicating. And it's definitely showing up in my life just this morning. The conversations I've had this morning, I'm like, yep, there's a lot of like death and rebirth in the potential and how things can be done, but also like a an expansion of possibilities within that. There's like and the spring energy as well. It's this all this potentializing and this pollinating and this like, it's like how can we expand more?
Yeah, I love it. And for the sisters in North America and brothers listening to this, you're stepping into that medicine woman, medicine man archetype. It's autumn as the leaves start falling.
Mm.
So when we look at that conversation between the earth, which is the first cycle. That's the first circle. Mama Earth talking to the sun and the moon and each of the planets. So if you think about the conversation that's happening, we have our internal sun, and then our body is the earth. Our mind is like the moon. And then we've got all these archetypes and planetary aspects within ourselves. So we've got our natal blueprint, and then we've got the transiting planets. And so it's like millions of different spirals and cycles. So I often think about it and I'm like, okay, my body is the earth and I'm here on planet Earth to participate in what she needs. Otherwise, I'd be on some other planet doing another thing in a totally different body with a
Mm.
different ancestral blueprint. So in the Northern Hemisphere is that archetype of the white, of the medicine woman, of the autumn, the waning moon, those aspects in the medicine wheel of the womb. And in the southern hemisphere, we're in that maiden spring, juicy, yeah, the flowers are blossoming, these aspects. And another aspect of these, I always think about it like we've got our luminaries, the sun and the moon, and then we've got
Mm.
our personal, which is Venus, Mercury, Mars. Venus and Mars are sextile at the moment, so they're having a really juicy conversation. And then there's the asteroids. Simi just spoke about the, the big daddy planets, and that's really beautiful because we need to know where those long-term transits that these are the outside of the personal planets. We're looking at the planets that are there for a long time in certain signs. So they're like our star ancestors teaching us long-term collective messages. And the asteroids gives us the blueprint with the goddess archetypes and also Chiron. So Chiron and Venus are trine at the moment, which is
Mm.
a really beautiful portal of healing. And along
Mm.
with that, we have Pallas Athena. She's the warrior queen, the chickie on the she's in the forest and she's got her quiver and she's aiming straight and she's shooting in the direction she wants to go. She's not afraid to say no. So Pallas Athena, she who fights for our sovereign domain, our ability to say no, our ability to stand up to create threads for future generations. So she's in a grand trine with the sun, the moon, Mercury, and Uranus. And then Juno, the mother, she's not the mother, she's the archetype of the wife. So she's in a grand trine with Jupiter,
Mm.
sugar daddy of the universe, big
Mm.
daddy Jupiter, and Saturn and Neptune. So we're looking at an upgrade, an expansion of what what is the wife archetype. And if we're working with Chiron, who's healing the old wounds, the feminine wound, the sister wound, the mother wound, the father wound. This is our like healer's journey. When we look at that, we're stepping into this place where we are able to say, well, what mindsets, what pockets of consciousness need to be shifted that are limiting me into ideals around what marriage looks like, around what a wife is and how she shows up, how she creates her abundance, how she receives all these things. And then we've got Vesta, and the Vestal virgins were the keepers of the information in Greece, ancient Greece and Rome. So they weren't virgins at all. They were badass information keepers, which is so on theme with the sun in Virgo and the new moon in Virgo. Oh no, is the sun in Leo?
The sun's in Virgo.
sun's still in Virgo in
Yeah,
sidereal. In the
in
in
sidereal.
So if you take an astronomy app and you look at the conversation right now in the transiting planets, you'll see that the sun is actually in Virgo today, and so
Mm,
is the moon. So here we've got this celestial priestess theme weaving through it all, where we get to renew our contract. Because the Vestal version, Vesta, she's the keeper of the womb flame within us. She's like where we sit with our, I know that I am a sovereign being walking this earth and I can fucking change my contracts. I can
mm,
change my agreements. So, yeah, she's sextile, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and she's trine Saturn and Neptune at the moment.
mm.
Claire Bear, you were talking about some of the yummy shifts you've had in your personal practices.
Yeah, actually, what you were just saying there, Jade, is that really struck me. I can change my contracts. Like, I feel like that is exactly where I'm at right now in my life. And it's like I said last time, it's a little bit uncomfortable, but I really feel the the serpent medicine that was coming through over the last month to really dig deep was this sort of vow, this deep, deep vow of of overgiving, of sacrifice. And I really feel like there's a tying in here of what it means to be a wife, what it means to be a mother, what it means to be spiritual, how we've defined this and how it's been defined for us as women. And yeah, I don't know, this I can only just speak from what I'm going through, and maybe it will resonate for whoever, is being called to listen to this fat cosmic transmission. Um there is an opportunity right now for us to revow and be witnessed by each other as women is so powerful. This to me is like when we talk cosmically, it's a sacred union of God, goddess, masculine, feminine. I am presence. So, in a way, when we come together like this and we be witnessed, it's like coming together in marriage each time. We're coming together, and what I'm really sensing and feeling is this portal today is a sacred vow of flourishing. So from scarcity, not no, where I'm coming from is sufficiency. Like the snake is not just instantly becoming the eagle. It's like just coming upright and sitting in my sufficiency as a woman, as who I am, as a mother, as a wife, my sufficiency. And then from that place, starting to revow a sense of flourishing. How can I flourish? So yeah, that's what I wanted to bring forward now.
Mm. That's so beautiful, darling. And when you said that about the serpent and the eagle, it just made me think of that place where they meet in the middle, like that sufficiency. And if the eagle's there, if they merge and that, like that kundalini, that serpent energy that comes up to the eagle, that's a dragon. It's the dragon, the eagle with a serpent. It's like, how do you ride your dragon? Like just in the middle at the heart, you know? Like I just really that really
Yeah.
activated that. And that
Giddy up.
that kind of makes me think of, being a dragon rider here and how do we just meet, like you said, Claire, like that sufficiency and just kind of, knowing our transits, knowing our cycles of success, knowing where Saturn is, knowing, You know, when we're having our Pluto square or our Neptune square or our Midas touch phase, like these cycles, they come along. There's a time for everything under the sun. You know, that poem, it's like there is a time for everything at a perfect, and that's why we talk about these things and we want to understand and know ourselves with the cosmos, how it's aspecting us in every way, even the goddess asteroids and these hidden archetypes that have kind of been removed from the patriarchal astrology. That's what we're kind of weaving in so that we can remember what this new cosmology is, which is ancient, but it's newly remembered by us and it's emerging. And it comes when our serpent meets the eagle at the heart, and we can be dragon riders and know ourselves and know, like, when is it time for me to build and gather and grow, and when is it time for me to let go, and you know, when it's already blossomed. Like, that's where we read Saturn in the chart, and that's a really pivotal fucking game changer in my honest opinion, to know these the outer weavings of these planets and how they interact with us personally. Because what we're talking about is the collective and our own experiences. And I guess it's in that understanding of where it's happening for us individually. Can we remember, and we can re-emerge and we can reimagine, actually, what do we want to see? What do we want to weave? What do we want to really experience? And how do we want to rewrite our contracts? You know, what we agreed to 10 years ago might not be relevant to who we are now as we ride our dragons and we see our values clearer through what we're not as well. That's what I'm experiencing. It's like, oh, that's not in alignment with me. I wouldn't do that. Now I know more about what my values are because I've experienced the not that. And that's Pluto. It's like it shows us all of it. It's like, it's not just the love and the lie. It's like all the things. The underbelly. And yeah, these weavings and these patterns are profound and ever changing. And at the moment they feel pretty alive with potential and possibility, with all of that expansion and the Jupiter aspecting that wife. I look around where the place that I live and I think, are these people actually happy? Like, you know, there's so much jonesing it up, material, like externalized, you know, and it's like, is that really what you want though? Like, you know, like, can you like
Yeah,
really?
I really want a picket fence and a mower and I have to mow every fucking Saturday. That's what I want because Saturday is Saturn's day and I'm going to do all the things that I'm supposed to do, including getting married and taking those old vows and thinking that I have to pray to a God outside of myself that supplies all of my needs. And as you know, I'm taking the piss because Mama Earth supplies our needs.
Mm.
Father Sun provides the light, and Grandmother Moon provides the light that brings the fertility. But, you know, this choice to be in scarcity mindset, which is what that program is. I have locked myself in to a 9 to 5 job to get a guaranteed income, and this is what the outcome will look like. And these are all the safe ways that I set myself up rather than being in the overflow, because life is not linear, it is cyclic. And so we know that after death there is rebirth. Hello, spring. We know that after we finish bleeding, our estrogen levels will come in. We know that after menopause is all those rich years of being a golden queen. We know that life is constantly renewing itself. So, what paradigm are we actually really allowing the cycles to be in the flow?
Mm.
having that sovereign domain where we can change our contract.
Mm. And the weather's absolutely allowing for that now, with that Uranus questioning what needs to change, what needs to change, what needs to be rebirthed, what's not working, what needs to be, like it's really a potent time for that, to really ask those perfect questions right now.
And Claire, you've been blessing my socks off with the courage that you've had to ask really hard questions as you've been going through your own cycle ending of late. And I'm just so excited to hear what you put together for us today, my love.
I was thinking about what you said to me with sufficiency. I was like, oh God, Saturn so feels like sufficiency, the chugging along sufficiency. And I was like, what if I was in a place right now going, I really can feel so much has shifted and a lot of icky stuff has come up, and I know that there's closure, it's happening, there's completions, but I don't quite know, like I feel I don't quite know how to lean in and really, like, if there was one thing that I could receive from my chart to really lean into, where am I at right now, and how can I call in this sufficiency or this new vow or whatever wants to come through? Like, is there anything either of you would want to offer to sit in the chart, to just go, here's one thing, one aspect that you could look at to really assist you? I know there's so much, but just, one little nugget that I could lean into to support a new.
Sorry, babe. That's an epic question, and that is such a Simi question, because Simi
Yeah.
is the absolute queen of major life transits and rites of passage and how to find it all in our chart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just have appreciation for this blue light that has?
I was just going to say,
yes.
Can we just acknowledge the blue light on your face right now? I was totally. It's gone, of course.
A bit shy.
That was amazing.
Wow.
I mean, I was just going to say, like, in terms of right now, if you really wanted to look at right now, like, what I would encourage anyone to do is look at the house that the sun is transiting at any given moment. So where Virgo is in your chart, which is going to be there for the next, month and a half, Virgo is a big constellation. And you look at the house of what that is transiting right now, and you'll see the theme of what is going to be illuminated. So by the sun. But in terms of like the life and the light transits and the rites of passage and these dragon riding initiations, where we go and we're sort of climbing the belly of the dragon at midlife, like 38 to 50 is chock-a-block full of midlife transits, and we're all in the middle of ours. I know we are. And so, knowing where they are, knowing where Pluto is aspecting, knowing where Neptune is aspecting. So your beliefs, your depths, your shadow, like, do I believe this? Because midlife is the moment where we just chuck away and we question, we shed those skins of what's not working and what is truly us, so that the second half can be the better half. The second half is when we get to know ourselves so much deeper and really sit in our power and sit in the seat, and ride the dragon and actually really fully be there and unwavering, because we've actually moved through, there's the blue light again, actually move through those things that, don't have us sitting firmly in the seat, so we can get the blue light vision and we can just like,
holy shit, it's a rainbow.
That's so cool.
This is my Pleiadian identity.
Right, right
This
in the middle of your forehead, JD.
I am from the stars. I am actually just a blue light.
And there is proof.
Canadian,
That is
Canadian
awesome.
moustache.
My dragon's blue.
Dragon whiskers. Beautiful. It's amazing. So yeah, that's what I would look at. First up, where's Saturn aspecting? Where's the sun moving through? And
Claire Bear, can you hear me, honey?
Yes, I can.
No, Simi dropped out. That was epic, though.
Ah, okay. I thought it was me. Yeah.
Those aspects of where to look at our chart. Thanks for asking that question.
Hmm.
Do you feel to share your writing now?
Yeah, I'd love to. So, this eclipse portal closure for me, and maybe anyone else who resonates, I will never again shrink while others grow. So, I've been living in a scarcity mentality and a way of being where others thrive while I shrink. And that on some level, I've agreed to that. Like I am conscious of that, but I was in it and I thought that was just the way that it had to be. Um, so it's like giving from a place of depletion instead of overflow. My worth is entangled with sacrifice. The scales of reciprocity are unbalanced. That's what my soul's been showing me. And my soul's calling me to a different pattern, reminding me of what it means to be sufficient and actually that the foundations um, where I'm flourishing and others flourishing, they're not separate, but they're entwined. So this, to me, this has been a huge signpost. And today it's like stop and realign. So your own thriving is the foundation of my service. So leaning in that my flourishing is now the foundation of my service. So it's a sacred vow of flourishing, opening a new chapter of reciprocity that's resourced and flourishing. So yeah, here is my vow. Would you like me to to share it?
Yes, please. I'm going to put my phone on.
Okay. Okay. So if you feel called to just join in with this vow, it will nourish you no matter what, and you will receive what you need to hear from it and release what no longer serves your highest good and the highest light of love. I place my hands on my heart and my womb. I vow that I will no longer diminish myself so others may grow. And just breathe into your heart, breathe into your womb, and just allow that vow to land. Feel it in your body. And if it resonates, allow the serpent medicine to move through you. I vow to nourish my body, soul, and spirit first, knowing my overflow cup is the truest gift that I offer. And just breathe it in. I vow to honor my worth and welcome the resources, support, and beauty that sustains me. Sustains me. And I vow to let my flourishing be the ground from which others flourish too. I vow to walk in the rhythm of reciprocity, where giving and receiving flow as one river. And so it is. River of abundance, here I am in my sufficiency first. No. So it is. I think it's sacred technology. And I really feel like these vows charge this sacred technology. These vows awaken a sense of, consistent truth. And yeah, so when we really sit in this body and call forward these vows, we're activating sacred technology. And I love that you mentioned, this body is the body of the earth. This body is the temple of the earth. And where our bodies thrive and flourish, we awaken the sacred technology. It comes from anchoring into the earth. And she is awake. She's fully awake. And she's calling us as women, she's calling us to revow on behalf of her. Yeah.
Thank you. That was such a necessary piece for me because I've been exploring and a whole bunch of questions around what it means to be worthy of trust, and especially the trustworthy feminine. Because as women with this immense power to create that we have, there's also the opportunity to be manipulative and to get caught up in glamour and the misuse of feminine power. And in recent years, and the things that I've walked through with the sister wound and the feminine wound, and being a very misunderstood woman, I have been sitting in the question, how can I be the trustworthy feminine? And I've realized that if I'm not choosing me, if I'm not giving from a full cup, if I am living in scarcity, if I am saying yes when I do not have the capacity for my yes, I'm actually not being fully trustworthy feminine. So thank you, because people pleasing is not the trustworthy feminine, and we think that she is. We think that when we're in the overgive, we're going to get our cookie from God eventually. But actually, renewing that vow to be sustained and then give from that overflow is epic. Thank
Mm.
you, my love. I actually have a whole blog
Mm.
post that I'll put underneath this video that you can read. There's some epic journaling questions and a ritual and things involved to go deeper into that trustworthy feminine reflection space. Yeah. And Claire, how can people find you and work with you, my love?
Wow. I just want to acknowledge first, though, Jade, like you just say, I'm just going to pop in for you, a book with all these juicy questions. Yeah, like that is such an epic gift for anyone to receive, what you've really put into Virgoically systems and the structures and the books and the beauty that you've put into over these last, 10 years plus. And yeah, for you to just be able to sit here and go, oh, just pop it in for you is just, it's like treasure. It's like, yeah, it's such gold. So yeah, definitely don't take that for granted. Mm.
That feels beautiful.
Mm. I know the work you've put in, babe, practically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And I know reciprocally you see that in me too. And I've just left a role that was keeping me in scarcity in the world, and I'm fully here, fully present in the temple of the diamond womb as we speak, recording this. And I have no idea where I'm going, but I kind of do. Like I do, but I don't. And yeah, I'm just here in service. But I know that this vow is important. This vow is so important for me to anchor in right now so that I can flourish. I know God's just so ready to let things flow to me. And this was a big step in that direction. And it's huge trust. And I'm so grateful to have the sisterhood and you two amazing humans to be a witness to what's about to unfold because I have no idea what's going on. But what I do know is I'm here to be a channel, a clear channel of diamond ray womb, diamond womb frequency. And it's just going to be shown to me that, yeah, I'm just here in support of clarity for everyone, particularly women, all women on this earth. I'm here in service of the divine feminine flowing through me, through you, anchoring in where we're going. Let's ride this boat together. That's it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jade.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, honey. And the sessions that you've given me have just been insane and changed my life. And yeah, the places we've been has been amazing.
And the places we will go.
Right. Yeah. So exciting. So we look forward to chatting again, having fat cosmic chats regularly. And we are cooking something exciting up in the kitchen regarding retreat space and how we can bring really beautiful sister connection and all the gifts that we hold in amazing and exciting grids in the world.
Yes. You're sitting in one right now, I believe.
So I'm in Finch Hatton. That is a sauna. I'm in Finch Hatton at this amazing place called Platypus Bush Camp. And yeah, maybe it'll be here. Had a week
Calling it in.
blue butterflies and fireflies, and a firefly came into the caravan the other night. My man and I have been doing up a caravan, and yeah, it's been an exciting week. It's got to stay in it for the first time. And this, on like 2 nights after I'd set up my altar and everything, this one little firefly just came in and blessed all the spaces, flew really intentionally around the whole bedroom area. It was pretty special.
Mm.
Anyway, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Claire, for being here. Thank you, Simi. We'll have
Thank you, Jade.
links for how to contact us and work with us. And yes, thank you for being here with us for Phat Cosmic Chats. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Ciao.